Did another advanced civilization exist on our Earth before humans? Human history has become too much a matter of dogma taught by professionals in ivory towers, as though it's all fact. Actually, much of human history is up for grabs. The farther you go back, the more that the history that's taught in the schools and universities begins to look like some kind of a fairy story. This is what Graham Hancock states. Graham Hancock is considered a connoisseur when it comes to advanced human societies before the one we know, that is, the mother culture that preceded later ancient civilizations. Although the idea of ancient civilizations and their possible technology is considered by some to be pseudoscientific, there are many indications that reveal a possible use of advanced technology mechanisms in the remote past. Please see the video before this one having to do with the Bucegi, Romania Sphinx, and underneath what is found an ancient hall of records with holographic touch table screens and depicting various planets and life forms on various planets and how you can mix and match so that you can create something that's viable on Earth, for example. And that the chairs were so huge that they believed that ancient giant aliens were or humanoids were existing at that time. So that's a video just before this one. Now, if we eliminated the ideas of aliens who came to instruct our ancestors, some of the ideas that Hancock has contributed over time remain as a result. History tells us that humans' pre-primitive achievements were not technically advanced, but the megaliths and artifacts and thought processes, as best as can be determined, that appear strangely out of sync with what was achieved by our ancient ancestors. This indicates something that may have preceded what our civilization was capable of and what it accomplished somewhat after about 10,000 BC. The underground and underwater structures and some blatant artifacts would seem to have a premise based on the knowledge that was once known and showing up in situ or in ancient texts that have gone missing because of human destruction or environmental catastrophes. The fire that wiped out the works in the Library of Alexandria, Egypt, 48 BC, or the eruption of the volcano of Vesuvius, 79 AD, not to mention the Great Flood, registered in ancient texts as a mythic event that destroyed the known world. The Göbekli Tepe structures, recently found in what is now eastern Turkey, indicate a pre-10,000 year society with an interesting and out-of-sync mindset just before the Sumerian Mesopotamian societies appeared, from which we have records and evidence. If one takes Eric von Daniken's theories in Chariots of the Gods and supplant them, replace them with Graham Hancock's thinking, the idea of an earlier, brighter humanity was extant on the Earth. One will have something not as rabid as the ET thesis. But what could happen to that brilliant and amazing ancient human civilization? It is a very difficult answer to give. However, as in any society that reaches a high point, problems like environmental adversities, overpopulation, wars, even celestial objects impacting the Earth. And although we do know we do not have an answer to this enigma, we can sketch some possibilities by observing the current scenario and complementing it with past findings. Possibly history repeats itself and history of our civilization. And let's remember recently a DNA test was made on King Tut, and they found that his DNA was very much intense according to plentiful, that is, according to comparisons with recent human DNA. And also his bone was more dense than human Homo sapien bones. And anyway, this is by Robin Grayson on Collective Spark. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.